Varun Kumar Garu, committee member. And I also invite immediate past chairman Dr. B. Brahmareddy Garu, and council member and past chairman Ayeshan Raju Garu, past chairman and committee member Professor Dr. Ramna Naik Garu, honorary joint secretary Mari Ramesh Garu. We also have Muhammad Mohiddin Garu, committee member and past joint secretary, sir. And we also have, and I should also thank Dr. P. Anand Garu for having accepted to be part of today's event and is going to deliver a lecture, sir. At the same time, let us also recognize Narayan Rao Garu, Gopal Krishna Garu, then Rama Garu. Rama Garu is also a committee member of Telangana State Center. Then Venkatratnam and Vannam Srinivas Garu. With this, I request the chairman of the Telangana State Center, Venkat Subbai Garu, to continue and preside out the meeting, sir. Thank you.
Ramagaru కూడా జాయింట్ హానర్ సెక్రటరీ.
Sir, she is also honorary joint secretary, sir.
సార్ సీతారాం బాబు గారు వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు.
వెంకట సుబ్బయ్య గారు చెప్పండి, ప్రిసైడ్ ఓవర్ సార్.
రాలేదు సార్ ఇప్పటి వరకు. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. Respected keynote speaker Dr. P. Anand, principal scientist. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Dr. P. Anand and Associate Department of Energy and Environmental CSIR IACD Hyderabad. Dr. K. Sitaram Babu, FIE Honorary Secretary IA Telangana State Center. Engineer G. Varun Kumar, committee member and convener of the event. Engineer B. Brahmareddy, immediate past chairman. Dr. Ayeshan Raju, council member. Professor Dr. Ramna Naik, past chairman and committee member. Professor Muhammad Mohiddin, committee member. R. Gopal Krishna Garu, Narayan Rao Garu, Engineer D. Rama, Joint Honorary Secretary, IA Telangana State Center. Staff members of IA Telangana State Center. And all of
Chairman,
you.
Chairman, sir, you are forgotten me.
Oh, sir, your name is not okay, sir. So, Engineer Ramesh Murray. Engineer Ramesh Murray.
Murray Ramesh, sir, not Ramesh Murray. Murray Ramesh.
Okay, sir. Murray Ramesh, the Joint Honorary Secretary, IA Telangana State Center.
Thank you, Chairman, sir. Thank you.
Okay, good evening to all of you. Today, I feel it is a great privilege and honor to be amidst this August gathering and extend a warm and hearty welcome to the keynote speaker and all of you to this World Environment Day on the theme Beat Plastic Pollution. Today, I am very happy to be associated with this memorable event. World Environment Day is the United Nations principal vehicle for encouraging worldwide awareness and actions for the environment. And held annually since 1974, the day has also become a vital platform for promoting progress on the environmental dimensions of the Sustainable Development Goals. With the United Nations Environment Program UNEP at the helm, over 150 countries participate each year. Major corporations, non-governmental organizations, communities, governments, and celebrities from across the world adopt the World Environment Day brand to champion environmental causes. World Environment Day takes place every year on 5th June. Over the years, it has grown to be the largest global platform for environmental public outreach and is celebrated by millions of people across the world. World Environment Day 2025 with the theme Beat Plastic Pollution, with the focus on plastic pollution permeates every corner of the planet, even in our bodies, in the form of microplastic. World Environment Day 2025 calls for collective action to tackle plastic pollution by drawing inspiration from nature and showcasing real-world solutions. The campaign will encourage individuals, organizations, industries, and governments to adopt sustainable practices that drive systematic change. This year's World Environment Day comes exactly 2 months before countries meet again to continue negotiating a global treaty to end plastic pollution. Join the big plastic pollution movement because together we can create a healthier future. On behalf of the Telangana State Center of IEI and on my own behalf, I once again extend a hearty welcome to Speaker Dr. P. Anand, Principal Scientist and Associate Professor, Department of Energy and Environmental Engineering, CSIR, IICT Hyderabad, and all of you for this important event. Thank you, one and all. Now I request the convener of the event, Engineer G. Varun Kumar, to introduce our keynote speaker, Dr. P. Anand, Principal Scientist. Varun? Varun?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes. Kindly introduce our keynote speaker.
Yeah. Respected Chairman, Honor Secretary, and today's keynote speaker, and past Chairman, and my dear committee members, ladies and gentlemen, good evening, everyone. I would like to wish everybody the World Environmental Day. I, G. Varun Kumar, Environmental Committee member, I am so happy to get this chance to introduce to you our guest speaker, Dr. P. Anant, on this World Environmental Day. Dr. P. Anant Garu is a principal scientist in Department of Energy and Environmental Engineering Division, having a 20 years of R&D experience in CSIR and IICT. He did his BTech and MTech from Andhra University and PhD from CSIR and IICT. He is actively involved in several in government-aided projects and industrial projects as a project leader and a team member. He is also recognized as associate professor in the Academy of Scientific and Innovation Research, undertaking some of the professional chemical engineering courses and guiding graduates, postgraduates, and supervising PhDs in engineering sciences. He is a member of several professional bodies like Indian Institute of Chemical Engineering, Indian Engineering Congress, Biotech Research Foundation. He has received the Distinguished Scientific Award in Process Engineering from Venus International Research Award and Associated Fellow of Telangana Academics of Science. His area expertise in process development, process scale, process modeling, and stimulation, and also artificial intelligence. He has made several scientific contributions in basic research and applied research that have resulted in publications in international reputation journals and conference proceeding. He is associated with the Pollution Control Board, responsible for regulations, responsible for monitoring industries to ensure compliance with zero liquid charge regulations. Currently, he is working on developing the technologies for conservation of agricultural residues to value-added products like biofuel, 2G ethanol, nutrient-rich animal fodder, biogas purification via CO2, and atmospheric surface ozone production using AI modules.
Varun, you are not audible.
Hello?
You completed?
Yeah, no, sir. He is associated with the Pollution Control Board, responsible monitoring industries to ensure compliance with zero liquid discharge regulations. Currently, he is working on development technologies for conservation of agricultural residues to value-added products like biofuel, 2G ethanol, nutrient-rich animal fodder, biogas purification via CO2, and atmospheric surfaces ozone prediction using AI modules. I thanks for giving me this opportunity to introduce today's keynote speaker, and I once again wish everyone World Environmental Day. Thank you, sir. Thanks so much. Now I would like Dr. P. Anand Garu to please take through this session.
Yeah, very good evening to all, sir. Thank you, Dr. J. Venkat Subbaya Garu, Chairman IEI, Telangana State Center, and Varun Kumar Garu, and Dr. Setaram Babu Garu, and other dignitaries who are listening to this presentation. I am very much deeply honored and privileged to be a part of this World Environmental Day celebrations and giving me an opportunity. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Shall I share the presentation, sir? Is it visible, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Visible,
yes, sir.
visible.
Can I start, sir?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Today's topic is a circular approach to plastic waste, building climate resilience through reduction, recycling, and regeneration. Myself is, as already introduced, myself is Dr. P. Anand. Sir, is there any time limitation? Subbay Garu? I mean,
Sir,
hello?
this is about 45 minutes, sir.
45 minutes. Okay, sir. So around 30 minutes. Sir, myself is Dr. P. Anand. I'm a chemical engineer basically, BTech and MTech in chemical engineering and PhD from IICT. I've been working in IICT since last 17 to 18 years. Hello?
సార్ మీ పీపీటీ ఓపెన్ అవ్వలేదు సార్ ప్లీజ్
అదే డౌట్ వచ్చింది నాకు అదే బట్ చూద్దాం. I'll do it again, sir. I mean,
ప్లీజ్ సార్
I thought it is already open. I have started. Share windows. Then I'll do one thing. ఇక్కడ ఓపెన్ చేసి పెడతాను. Is it open now, sir?
Yes, sir.
ఎస్ సార్ ఎస్
Okay, sir.
ఓకే సార్
Sir, a circular approach to plastic waste, building climate resilience through reduction, recycling, and regeneration. Sir, this topic was given by the concerned authorities who are conducting this seminar, and most of the thing actually it is a general topic and it is known to almost all the people, right from children to all the professionals. But what I thought was because I am from a science background, I'll stress more on technical information, and because of the general audience I have made my presentation sometimes very much similar. And what fascinated me since last 1 week when I was preparing for this seminar, almost new things are coming up, and I myself is very surprised to see that many more things are happening in plastics area. And this gave an opportunity for me to see some missing links so that I can do some research on that one. And at the same time, I can it was really scaring and threatening when I read some literature about the impact it is having on the human health. So this is the plastic pollution, sir. The word plastic has originated from playable, that can be defined as easily shaped. That means plastic can be easily shaped, and they have replaced our existing all the existing things, because it is, first thing is, it is very strength is rare, stronger, and it is cheaper, and it is existing for a long time. So our humans have passed through several ages like a Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, and now we can say that we are in the plastic age. Plastic is a revolutionized material and is referred to as a material with 1,000 uses. The global annual production of plastic is more than 359 million tons, and plastic has taken over command in all our human everyday activities. And these are because they are the synthetic substances produced by chemical reactions. In a polymerization process, if you talk in chemical terms, certain chemical groups may be omitted from each other, resulting in a polymer inconsistently preserving the chemical properties or reactivity of the original monomer unit. See, the monomer units, one after the another, is chained or linked, and we get the polymer. These polymers are attached in a straight way, linearly, or in a cross-linkage way. In chemical terms, plastics are known as the long chain of monomers, which are bonded to other identical subunits to form a polymer. And polymerization, there are different types. And myself, we have worked on different polymers in synthesizing and scale up and designing the reactors and all. But we have not gone into the details. So this forum has given me an opportunity to really see the background of these chemical processes. And in the preparation of chemical polymerization processes, certain additives like fillers, plasticizers, pigments, and foaming agents, lubricants, heat stabilizers are added to impart strength and to give some properties. And actually, these are the main culprits for the pollution. Plastic pollution, as the term indicates, it is the accumulation of plastic debris, including bags, containers, and microbeads in the environment. As said, it is harmful to the wildlife, natural habitats, and human health, and a significant issue due to the persistence and potential for plastic to fragment into microplastics. Plastics can degrade into micro to nanoscales, and those fine particles are more spreadable in the air. The plastics, because of the photooxidation process, it undergoes defragmentations. It becomes hard and brittle, and in the course of time, because of the weathering process, it is split into different particles, which are called microplastics. These range about 20 microns to 500 microns, which are really dangerous. And this will be, due to the presence of wind and all, this will be floating in the air. And because of humidity or rainfall or the wind, these are carried away to other ocean bodies. So the major culprit is the single-use plastic. Like items like straws, bags, wrappers are used once and discarded, making up a large portion of plastic waste. Microplastics, as I already told, degrade the human health due to cardiovascular diseases, chronic kidney diseases, birth defects, etc. Not only the human beings, the marine environment, the oceans are also getting impacted, which I will explain in detail in my later slides. The millions of marine animals die annually due to the ingestion or entanglements in plastic debris. Microplastic this Engineers India has taken up. This is the brief history of plastics, right from 1856 to 1907 to 1912, and how it has originated, and how it has grown, and how it has.
Please move this slide, sir.
Sir,
Please move this slide. Slides to this slide.
no, for me it is not, sir.
Slides కనబడట్లేదు సార్.
ఒక్కొక్కదానికి మాన్యువల్గా చేయనా? సార్ ఇప్పుడు ఉందా?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ఇప్పుడు చేంజ్ అయింది సార్?
అయ్యింది సార్.
Okay, thank you. I don't know why it happened. So, this is the global plastic consumption. If we see up to 2020, it has gone to about 350 million metric tons. And the plastic consumption and the waste generation has also increased directly. This is the history of plastics, which I have already told. And this is the environmental impact. Today, as the world, as a result of mismanagement, unproductive waste management techniques, and their continuous waste, release about 5,800 million metric tons of plastic waste by the time of 2015. By this time, it might have increased also. These remain in the environment for a long time due to their stability, durability, and recalcitrant nature to biodegradation. As I already told, because of the weathering process and photodegradation, thermal oxidation and hydrolysis and biodegradation and fragmentation, these are existing in the atmosphere. And for example, on the land, when we come to the agricultural sector, there are tunnel plastic films, wrappings, packaging materials, mulching films, and the containers of fertilizers. These are all spread over the land and they contaminate the soil. And these microplastics They remain in the soil for about 15 years, spoiling the nutritionness of the soil. In addition, in urban areas, because of the illegal dumping activity and direct input of waste, increases the accumulation on land. And not only that, because of the urbanization and most of the people are migrating from villages to city, the use of plastics was also increased. Every year, about 8 to 10 million tons of plastics, including macroplastics and microplastics, leak into the ocean and account for about 80% of marine pollution. And studies have shown that about 1 lakh species are dying every year in the fishes. The plastic waste in environment and its impact, this is already I have told. Environmental risk post-use is there, non-biodegradable, durability, urban waste management, air pollution from combustion. That is 10 to 12% of plastic waste is burned, releasing toxic gases such as furans, mercury dioxins, and polyfluorinated biphenyls. These emissions contribute to global warming and increase the greenhouse effect. As I already told you, it has impacted the aquatic environment very high. And so there is a need for immediate action, and proper waste management and strict environmental policies are needed to mitigate these impacts. This is the plastic pollution impact on the ecosystem. About 66.3 million tons of plastic waste. In the 6.3 million tons of plastic waste, 72% is going for landfilling, and 14% of plastic waste is going for incineration. Among this 72% of plastic waste, 40% is going for landfilling and 32% is released to the environment, which is amounting to about 8.2 million tons per year, which is affecting the human health as well as the marine life. And this landfilling, I'll tell you in detail in my later slides. There is also a lot of problems associated with this one. And in this 72%, I mean 8.3 billion tons plastic waste production, 14% is going for incineration. As you can see, there is a process loss of 4%, and 8% is only recycled. That means out of the 6.3 billion tons of plastic waste, only 8% is recycled, and rest all is left to the environment. The growing problem of plastic in India, and as I already told you, India per capita plastic consumption has grown to approximately 11 kgs per year, and this number is expected to rise further with increasing industrialization and consumerism. More than 5.8 million tons of waste is incinerated as a regular practice, and this fails to address the problem, but also releases the harmful pollutants like dioxins into the air. These dioxins cause respiratory problems, and traditional materials like glass, wool, metal, paper gradually being replaced with plastic due to the shortage of raw materials in modern era. So this is the harmful effects of plastic waste. I mean, this almost all I have covered. There is a wildlife threat, there is a plastic utility, there is an environmental impact, there is a urban drainage uses. Because of poor waste management causes clogging of drains in cities and posing safety and sanitation risks. I think today in times of India, much is said about this poor waste management in drainages in city because of this plastic. And this is the circular economy. And what is the circular economy? A circular economy for plastics is one where it minimizes the plastic waste and pollution by keeping the materials in use for a long time. That means the materials are used so that it is sustained in the environment for a longer time with various engineering methodologies, which I will explain. So this eliminates the waste and pollution, it circulates the products and materials, and it regenerates the nature. So one thing is involving redesigning of products and processes to minimize the waste and pollution, such as using less plastic or eliminating the problematic plastics. So we have to segregate the plastics which is less dangerous and which is highly dangerous. So in circulating the products and the processes, the existing processes are very primitive, and these has to be redesigned so that minimum waste is there. And regenerating the nature. This involves minimizing the impact on natural systems and finding ways to regenerate them. That means designs for recyclability, reduce reliance on virgin plastic, improve recycling structure, and sustainable business models have to be developed. And we have to develop some alternatives. So in this way, much has to be focused on R&D, research and development, to develop alternative materials that can replace plastics in certain applications. The plastics which we are having are classified into different categories. and these are segregated on the basis of origin of source, origin of structure, the molecular forces, and the polymerization model. And coming to the sources, the plastics are segregated into two parts, whether it is natural or semi-synthetic or synthetic. Natural means it is derived from natural plants and environmental, whatever it may, plants or animals or shells or corn, rice straw, wheat straw, agricultural straws, these things. So the natural raw materials like starch, cellulose, lignin, hemicellulose, these are called natural polymers. And synthetic polymers means these are derived from fossil fuels like petroleum, natural gases and all. These are nylon, polyester, etc. And when this natural is mixed with polyester to impact strength, that is called a semi-synthetic polymer. And based on the structure, as I already told you, it will be linear or branched or cross-linked. And polymerizations, as I told, it will be copolymer or monomer. That means suppose A and B are two monomers. A, B, B, A, B. If the structure is like that, it is called a copolymer. If it is only A, or B, 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 it is called a homopolymer. And based on the applications and the physiochemical processes and applications, the plastics are segregated as functional plastics, engineering plastics, general plastic, thermosettings, and thermoplastics. And based on the material and biodegradability, the plastics are segregated as degradable and biodegradable, which I have already told. Degradable means it is degraded into the atmosphere. It is composed into the atmosphere or easily. Non-degradable will take hundreds of years, and they are bio-based, and they are conventional aliphatic aromatic polyesters and starch blends. And there is a Society for Plastic Industry which codes the plastics in terms of numbers. For example, they are segregating into 1 to 7. 1 means PETE, that is polyethylene terephthalate, high density polyethylene. 3 means polyvinyl chloride, so on and so forth. And the plastics which I have already told are segregated on the basis of bio-based plastics and fossil-based plastics, which are biodegradable or non-biodegradable. I don't want to repeat this one, but these are the types of plastics, as I already told you, which are hindrance to the atmosphere, like polypropylene, polyvinyl chloride, polystyrene, and these are the PET bottles or drinking bottles like polyethylene terephthalate, etc. And as I already told you, plastics are segregated as thermoplastics or thermosets. Thermoplastics means what are the plastics which we are using are called thermoplastics. These are very, when these can be heated and shape can be changed. And this process is reversible. These are derived from natural gases or crude oil through a refining process. And whatever we see, that packaging materials, bottles, containers, automotive parts, medical parts, these are all called thermoplastics. And thermosets means they're hardened permanently, and they have certain properties like conductivity, electrical conductivity, all these things. These things, because of high strength and durability, they are used in electrical insulators, adhesives, kitchenware, automotive parts, and circuit boards. These are the major impacts of polymers. It can be on animals or public health or environmental effect on the land and effect on the animal life. This is called effect on the public life. See, this is how the airborne particles, which is going into the digestive system, it causes headaches and dizziness and unconsciousness. It causes irritation in the eyes. It causes skin cancer, allergies, lung problems, and it affects the birth rates especially for pregnant ladies. And microplastics enter through the naval cavity in the form of airborne plastics along the food chain. And there are certain chemicals, like bisphenol A, BPA, phthalates, and brominated flame retardants, which are causing critical damage to the public health. A bisphenol A is called a carbon-based synthetic plasticizer. It consists of two saturated phenolic rings attached to the rich carbon. It is known as an endocrine disruptor, and BPA is used in large quantities as a plasticizer in commercial products, in the manufacture of food and drink packages, compact discs, plastic cans, bottle tops, sunglasses, and medical devices. And if you, especially it is more impactful to the pregnant woman. And exposure to microplastics during pregnancy can cause significant risks to both the mother and developing fetus. These risks include hormone disruption, potential for fetal growth, and an increased risk of pregnancy. And the presence, and it seems the research has indicated that the presence of BPA, that is bisphenol A, is detectable in the blood of pregnant women, amniotic fluids, placental tissues, and cord blood, indicating fetal exposure. In fact, not only the mother, the young kid is also that is the young infants are also exposed to BPA through the use of feeding bottles containing plastics. Sometimes that the nipples, whatever the baby will be using it, they are also made of plastics. So directly or indirectly, it is already entering into the human body from the birth itself. And not only the effect of human health, but actually there is also a socio-economic impact of plastic waste. For example, this di-N-butyl phthalate is used mainly in nail polish and cosmetics, and it can cause hepatic and renal effects, which most of the ladies are using. And the brominated flame retardants are resistant devices. It uses chemicals that are used in electronic types of equipment such as televisions, pulse oximeters, monitors, and ventilators. Polybrominated diphenyl esters cause neurological disorders and cancer plastics. As I already told, and airborne microplastics enter the human respiratory system through breath. The clearance mechanism, which acts as the defense system, safeguards the entered airways through nose during normal breathing by capturing foreign particles. And several studies have discovered that there are a lot of fibers in the deep lungs. And these microplastics can also migrate to lymph nodes and other tissues. And because of the microplastics, it causes severe health issues like eye and throat infection. And especially, I heard that this textile industry has this textile industry has more airborne particles because at the time of preparation or cutting or whatever it may be, and these textile particles which are in red color or blue color or green color, which are more dangerous, and mostly textile industry people are affected. And there is a high potential to contaminate airborne microplastics due to their long exposure. And a recent study has also shown that airborne plastics may transport COVIDs also. And socio-economic impact of plastic waste. The plastic waste not only the health and the marine life or animals, but it has affected the other tourism sector also. So it affects the livelihoods of fisheries, shipping, agriculture, and public health. Plastic waste severely affects the key economic sectors such as fisheries, shipping, tourism, agriculture, and public health. Fisheries and aquaculture are already affected, and marine plastic pollution comprises both food security and livelihoods. And because of the beaches which are vulnerable to this plastic waste are already severely affected, and tourism is highly vulnerable to plastic pollutions. The coral reefs, the ecosystems, the marine debris, and there we can see that in India there is a reduced tourism leading to job losses and social strain. And these are the effects of plastic waste on public health, which I don't want to repeat it again. And the effects on land. Land pollution occurs when harmful or unused materials are discarded into the environment, disrupting natural or artificial ecosystems. As I already told, the pollutants are natural or artificial. Like example, volcanic ash, animal secretions. These are all called natural pollutants. And artificial means industrial waste to household trash. The major artificial pollutants are the food and beverage industry, cosmetics, pharmaceuticals, textiles, and other human-made activities. So there's a lot of soil degradation. Land pollution alters the soil through the direct or indirect methods, including urban development and chemical use, and the use of artificial fertilizers and chemicals. They change the pH values of the soil, which affect the plant growth and soil health. So plastics are a major land pollutants due to their resistance to decomposition and release of toxic substances during degradation. This is the effect on many of the things are repeated, illegal dumping activity or agricultural things. And because of the geographical location, the freshwater ecosystems, because at the sea level when they are existing, these are the most vulnerable to the plastic waste. And nearly about 1,000 rivers are responsible for about 80% of the annual revenue in plastic emissions worldwide, according for a range between 0.8 to 2.7 million tons per year, as per UNEP, National Environmental Program. As I already told, that wind is the main transportation agent for small-sized plastic particles in urban areas. Atmospheric circulations can spread micro and nanoparticles across a wide space. Accordingly, particle size is important in the mobilization and accumulations of plastics in the atmosphere. Every year, about 8 to 10 million tons of plastics, including both macroplastics and microplastics, leak into the ocean and account for nearly 80% of all marine pollution. This is how the animals are affecting, even because of this, how this entanglement of this plastic is happening for that tortoises and all these things, how these cows and buffalo and all, they are chewing these plastics. So it is affecting their digestive system. The ruminant animals, especially because of the presence of particles in their lungs and the stomach, it is affecting the reproduction as well as their health. And animals are also affected because of this plastic pollution. And for example, in the history, as per the literature, there is an Express Pearl incident, it seems. The Pearl incident has been recorded in Sri Lanka, which is the worst marine disaster. When the disaster struck, the Frightener was carrying about 1,486 containers, and which are having 81 labeled as hazardous, transporting 25 million metric tons of nitric acid, caustic acid, and methanol. In addition to that one, about 9,700 tons of potentially risk epoxy resins are there on the board. This there is a shipwreck in the world's worst disaster. It is called.
The sites are not changing.
I'm sorry, sir. Actually, they should have told me. Yeah. From when it is not changing, sir? I mean, manually. Is it okay, sir?
Yes, sir.
Where did I stop? I mean, from when? These are over, sir? The slides are over? Did I show these slides? Sir?
So please continue, sir.
Yeah. I will show it again otherwise. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, you can show it, sir, if you want.
Yeah. So this is the recent case study. This happened about 10 to 15 days back, where in near Cochin, one ship has drowned, and it has caused a lot of. It is carrying a lot of plastic granules, and in the picture we can see that this has affected the environment, and the Kochi beach is severely polluted because of this one. And what are the technologies for processing of plastic waste? A wide range of methods used to transform raw plastic materials into finished products. These methods are broadly categorized into primary, secondary, and tertiary processing techniques, with each playing a crucial role in the overall manufacturing processes. And the technologies for processing of plastic. And there are already there are a lot of some few technologies are there which are presently in use in India, like pyrolysis and gasification for fuels, depolymerization and solvent dissolution, bioplastics and natural fibers, AI-powered waste tracking, bubble carriers for river cleanups, magnetic coils for microplastic removal. Is it changing, sir? Otherwise,
Sir, could you please change it manually, sir, one by one?
That's what I'm asking, sir. Otherwise, without it will not be good.
And also full screen.
Full screen only I put, sir. Is this okay? Technologies for processing of plastic.
Yeah, change the slide, sir.
This one, has it changed now?
Yeah, now it has been changed. You need to change it manually, sir.
I will do it. I'm doing it, sir. Just tell me, sir. Whenever it is not changing, just tell me.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just going in the flow. So sorry for the interruption. So this is called the pyrolysis. Pyrolysis. these plastics can be pyrolyzed to produce a liquid hydrocarbons, which can be further refined into fuels like gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. And for example, pyrolyzing PP and HDPE into liquid hydrocarbons. So this is particularly possible for contaminated plastics like PP and HDPE. And in the absence of oxygen, it is subjected to temperature and pressure. About 500 degrees centigrade, the plastic is pyrolyzed to produce biochar, and these the gases are condensed to various streams through distillation. So the advantage of pyrolysis is it can convert plastic waste into valuable fuels, reducing the reliance on fossil fuels. It can be more environmental friendly than incineration, reducing greenhouse gas emissions. It helps to reduce the plastic waste sent to the landfills. This is gasification. There is another approach called gasification. The gasification of plastic waste involves high heat and controlled amount of oxygen or steam to convert plastic waste into gaseous fuels called syngas, that is carbon monoxide and hydrogen. And gasification helps to manage large quantities of plastics waste that are difficult to recycle or dispose. It happens at around 500 to 1300 degrees centigrade. And in essence, gasification of plastic waste offers a promising approach to converting plastic waste into valuable energy sources and reducing the environmental impact of plastic pollution. And there is a promising method which we are working presently, that is the depolymerization process. It is the process of breaking down a polymer into small constituent monomers. That means in the presence of ethylene glycol and water, one of the monomers of the plastic will be dissolved. And this process can be achieved through various methods, including thermal, chemical, and enzymatic depolymerization. These techniques break down plastic polymers into their chemical building blocks, allowing for the creation of new materials or recovery of valuable chemicals. It happens at 100 to 400 degrees centigrade, sir. And the output will be bis-2-hydroxyethyl terephthalate. This depolymerization, there is a lot of energy recovery into this one. It breaks down the plastics into monomers or other valuable chemicals, which can be reused in manufacturing, reducing the demand for energy-intensive virgin materials. This is called solvent dissolution, where in one of the solvent, one of the monomer will be
slide.
dissolved. Is it changed, sir?
No, no, sir.
Okay. Now, sir?
Yes, yes.
Every time manually if I'm doing, but solvent dissolution. It is a method of plastic recycling that uses solvents to dissolve the specific polymers from a fixed plastic stream, separating them from contaminants. This is called the hydrothermal recycling, where the plastics are subjected to high temperature and pressure, and where the plastics are liquefied, and we get different fractions of liquids, and this has to be separated through distillation, and these fractions can be used as per our needs. Hydrothermal recycling uses high temperature, high pressure to break down the plastic waste into valuable chemicals, enabling both material and energy recovery. And the other one is the biopolymers and biocomposites, which are degradable. For example, the agricultural residues like rice straw, which is available plenty in Andhra and Telangana. There is about 135 million metric tons of rice straw. When we, through a chemical process, when we segregate, what we have done is cellulose, hemicellulose, and lignin we will be getting. And this cellulose and hemicellulose can be used to form these plastics. This is how nowadays, whatever we are seeing, the paper plates or cutlery, these are made from the cellulose and hemicellulose. These are naturally occurring polymers from biological sources and can be extracted and produced from agricultural residues like crop residues and food processing waste. And this is one of the technology which I am working on, and it has been developed. This is called, this is not the plastic, but just for the information of the viewers, I'm just telling that this agricultural residue like rice straw is used to prepare animal fodder. And this animal fodder, with the help of ICAR, Indian Council of Agricultural Research, is tested on animals, and we have got a very good weight gain for sheep. And now the testing for animals is going on for milking of the cows. And this is the another high rate biomethanation of organic solid waste based on AGR technology. Dr. Rao is very much prominent in this area. This belongs to our department. And there is and this is the anaerobic composting of dry leaves. Dry leaves like water hyacinth, that Goropoteca, is converted into compost, and this compost now is sold in Hyderabad. And there is one Maple Township in Hyderabad where for dry leaves the dry leaves are made into compost, and the family, and they are producing internally about 400 kgs of dry leaves to compost, and they are not only using, but 12 tons is produced every month, and 6 tons they are using, and 6 tons they are selling to the public. And these are innovative waste management systems, like AI powered waste tracking.
So can you change the slide?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
There are innovative waste management techniques which are recently what I have searched in the literature, like AI powered waste tracking, where AI can be used for segregation of the items based on the shape, size, and color, and bubble carriers for cleaning the ocean, and trash wheels systems and magnetic coils. This is in general, this is the plastic recycling. The plastic waste which is sent into the landfills. People say that this is also the best option, but what I had seen is that this, because of the anaerobic conditions, the landfills where this plastic is used are generating methane, and this methane is much more powerful and 25 times stronger in concentration than the carbon dioxide. It seems it is not a good practice to use it for landfills. And this is a plastic waste incineration where it is burned at high temperatures and pressures in a closed loop atmosphere, and the flue gases are captured and separated. When we come into the outlook and recommendations of plastic waste, global plastic waste is increasing due to population growth and industrial development. Online shopping trends continue to raise plastic packing demand, and plastics are extensively used in daily life but poorly managed. Improper disposal causes land, water, and air pollution. Plastic affects the wildlife, aquatic species, and enters the food chain. And what are the recommendations for management? What the government or the voluntary organizations, what has to be, and R&D institutes should do is reduce single-use plastics, encourage bioremediation. Like means bioremediation means using microorganisms to break the plastics into organic compounds into the soil. Apply pyrolysis, use incineration, promote recycling programs. That means the government can see for recycling programs change for exchange. If you are giving this much, we'll give this. There will be incentives in some other things if you return some plastic. Develop biodegradable and eco-friendly alternatives, and government and industries must collaborate for policy enforcement and innovation. There should be a ban on the plastic, and there should be tax on using plastics. Create public awareness and education, which is happening today. These are the facts and crisis. There are some government initiatives already which are existing, but only thing is there should be some commitment from the people. There should be some contentment to implement these things, not only the government organizations. So bans on single-use plastics, plastic waste management, and extended producer responsibilities. These are the schemes which are introduced by the central government. Circular economy push, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, India Plastics Pact, marine debris treatment, etc. There are the technological and infrastructure solutions should be used to improve recycling infrastructures. These recycling infrastructures should be implemented in the city, all over the city by the GHMC or the government, and they should be smart waste management systems, and there should be more priority should be there on waste management technologies. This is addressing the problem which almost all repetitive. And coming to the Hyderabad, the plastic pollution in Hyderabad, if you see the overall view, these are the paper cuttings available from the.
So can you change the slide, please?
Yeah. That is the reason I am reading also, sir, because this is okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, plastic pollution in Hyderabad because of rapid urbanization. There is a rapid urbanization in Hyderabad, improper waste segregation, plastics in lakes and drains, and Hyderabad is one of the fastest growing cities, generating about 4,000 million metric tons of waste daily, a significant portion of which is single-use plastics. And the plastics in lakes and drains, water bodies like Hussain Sagar, Durgam Cheruvu, are often accumulated by plastic waste, affecting biodiversity and blocking storm drains, contributing to urban flooding. There is a lack of recycling infrastructure in Hyderabad. This should be immediately enforced, or more emphasis should be there on developing investments in recycling infrastructures. And some of the R&D institutes are already working in plastic, focusing on IICT, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, which I am working, and Central Institute of Petrochemicals Engineering and Technology, CPET, which is in Hyderabad, and National Physical Laboratory, NPL, Indian Oil Corporation, Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, Earthwatch India, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur. So the Indian government is addressing plastic pollution through various policies like Plastic Waste Management 2016, amended in 2022, Plastic Waste Management Amendment Rules in 2021. And there are there are 7 strategies to support a circular economy, like circular design, investment in infrastructure, improved recycling capabilities, commercial viability of the technologies, uptake of secondary materials, sustainable consumption. These are the global initiatives to combat plastic pollution. Globally, what all the UN resolutions and all these things are doing. And at the same time, these are the resolutions which are Indian. These are the Indian policies and campaigns against plastic pollution. And this is the concept of circular economy to reduce plastic waste. That means the plastic, instead of going directly as unutilized, it is recycled again. Instead of a linear approach, it is going in a circular approach. That is called a circular approach, where some of the plastic, the more poisonous plastics is segregated and somehow it is discarded, the less dangerous plastic is utilized or for some other thing. That is called a circular economy. It is a solution-based principle that includes loops into material flow through value chain instead of addressing the problem in a linear flow. Currently, the circular economy is built upon 3 principles like reducing plastic waste and pollution through product design, retained resources, and products in uses. And the circular economy model consists of several attributes such as integrating the operational activities of the waste management into forward supply chain, emphasizing resource recovery through reuse, recycling, lower emissions, and increasing the efficient use of resources. So in a conclusion, I can say that the plastics enhance human life through properties like weight gain, lightweight, high strength, design flexibility. The key solutions include phasing out single-use plastics, promoting circular economy practices, and there should be more stress on the throwaway culture and mismanagement. Waste management is complex, and life and solutions, policies and regulations, sustainability frameworks, and given continued dependence on plastic should be decreased. And coming to the conclusion, ending plastic pollution in India requires a comprehensive strategy involving policy reforms, technological innovations, and behavioral changes. India requires a multifaceted approach involving policy changes, technological advancements, and individual behavioral shifts. The key strategies include phasing out single-use plastics, promoting circular economy practices, and strengthening waste management infrastructure. Thank you, sir. And these are some of the references which I have used in making these presentations. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir, any queries, please? Yes, sir. So no queries, sir.
I'm Dr. Mohammad Hussain.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Sir, you are talking about microplastics, but there are also nanoplastics, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
10 to the power of -9.
Yes, sir.
They are also available in air, no?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I might have omitted. Yeah.
Yes.
It is there. It is there. It is very much there.
It is nanoplastics also is a pollution, is a cause of concern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, sir, what happens is in this past 1 week in this preparation of this thing, I myself has gone through a lot of things. We are working on polymerization models and all those things, but going into the drive, these mechanisms, why it is actually working. So more technologies have to be developed in this direction. A lot of depolymerization techniques and pyrolysis activities have to be encouraged. And especially today morning when I gave the presentation, the GHMC commissioner was there. In fact, because of that Hyderabad pollution slide I have included, so that more incineration units can be set up. So this is what, with my little bit of experience and exposure, I mean, suggestions are welcome. I'm ready to work with these organizations in these awareness campaigns and whatever it may be. So this is the thing, sir.
Thank you, sir. Dr.
Thank
P.
you, sir.
Anand Garu.
Thank
Your lecture is very informative, interesting.
Maybe I'm sorry I might have gone a little bit technically, sir, but being from R&D
No, no.
Institute, I had to be more a little bit specific on technology point of view instead of in a generalized manner.
No, that is
MD
what is
Alpera?
required, sir.
Sir.
Sir, that is what is
Happy
required,
Environment Day.
sir. Anand Garu. We
Sir.
all are engineers, so here some technology is also involved here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Instead of making it a general lecture, we have
Yes, sir.
very clearly balanced both of them.
Okay, sir.
Even
Thank you,
the common people can understand, and at the same time, technology have involved in that one, sir. And
Yes.
they have clearly explained about the plastic pollution and if the plastic pollution is reduced, how it leads to the circular economy, types of plastics, and also you told what is the effect of airborne particles on the human health, the methods to process the plastic waste, and innovative waste management methods, and finally you have given an overall view of plastic pollution in Hyderabad city also, sir. So
Yes.
lecture is very useful for all of us. And once again, I extend my sincere and profound thanks for your interesting lecture, sir. Dr. P.
Thank you,
Anand
sir.
Garu.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. K. Sitaram Babu, Honorary Secretary, to propose vote of thanks.
Sir, thank you very much, sir. It's a wonderful session, sir.
Thank you.
We had a nice session from Dr. P. Anand Garu, the Principal Scientist and Associate Professor for IICR CSR. Just now, sir, to be very honest, I have just spoken to Kiran Kumar. Kiran, sir. Kiran,
Yes,
Kiran.
sir.
Kiran. He's my
We
good
are
friend,
very-
sir.
yeah,
He's just talking about you, sir. Anand, sir.
Yes, sir.
He says you are his guide. Just now he spoke to me, sir.
Yes, sir.
And thank you very much, Dr. G. Venkat Subbiah Garu, Chairman for Institute of Engineers, and the G. Varun Kumar Garu for the committee member, plus the convener for this event, sir, for having made this event a reality, sir. We also thank most of the members that have present here, and few names that I have missed naming them are Dr. Nimla Devi Garu, Dr. Mahmoodishan Garu, Dr. Rameshwar Rao Garu. I thank them for having come and participate in this event, sir. We thank one and all for having come and made this event grand success. Now I request all of you to stand for Janagan Mana, sir. Thank you.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
ఎట్లున్నారు సార్ బాగున్నారా
Thank
మార్నింగ్ టు ఈవినింగ్
you for all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anand, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
MLA. Chairman साहब नमस्ते.
నమస్తే నమస్తే
మాధవి
డాక్టర్
గుప్తా.
సార్. ఎక్కడ డ్రైవింగ్ లో ఉన్నట్టున్నారు ఇంతకుముందు?
గోపినాథ్. ఇప్పుడే. మీ ఇక్కడ ఓటు ఎక్కడ? గుడ్ నైట్.